And welcome to Mostly Satisfactory, which is my trials, tribulations, and occasionally successes in navigating through this complex and incredibly diverse and interesting automation game. I can see why folks really love this. So I am now trying to pick up where I left off last time, which was, we just barely got some actual automation. You can see here, I'm producing both plates and iron rods using a single mine and a single smelter, which to a casual observer might not sound interesting. And to any veteran Satisfactory player, this is ridiculously baby simple. But considering where I've been and how I got here, to me it feels just one shot short of a moon landing. So, pretty proud of myself. And I have a dog, so that's almost as good as moon landing. So, there you go. We are getting really close to finishing the final technologies I can research before having to build the space elevator. So that's good. I have a sneaking suspicion that the stuff we've been doing now has been pretty low key and basic, and once we finish the space elevator, things will probably get more complex. Probably on an exponential scale, because that's how these things work, right? You close one door and two more doors open, and that's good because I'm not in a hurry, and that's good. But if you're in a hurry, hey, hi, thanks, Gus. Not quite as useful as some of the other stuff you've given me, but at least you're not blocking my way in building stuff anymore. But as I was saying, if you're in a hurry, I highly recommend this game, and you can check it out yourself, and you could do everything I'm doing and more and faster. You're more than free to tell me about it. Just don't give me any spoilers, right? Because I'm still feeling my way through this whole experience. I dig the complexity. I dig the variety, right? And of course, we're still in Fixmas, right? Obviously, I still have presents falling out of the air and all that jazz. And we have Excalicane, the basher, which in theory is substantially more effective than my Xeno Zapper, which isn't much of a bar, right? If you want to impress me, don't tell me that it's better than a Xeno Zapper. It's kind of like saying, oh, why don't you have this sandwich? It's tasty. It's more tasty than dirt. I would hope so. I haven't figured out, okay, I'll take it back. I know there's multiple suns, and I haven't figured out the whole planetary system going on around here. But on the same token, by the same point, I really haven't spent much time looking up at the sky and trying to figure it out. It's just that sometimes, like right now, you get into these sunrises or sunsets that are pretty spectacular. But I don't have any way of predicting them because, you got more than one sun. If Minecraft, it's easy. There's one sun up, there's one sun down, and here we have this combination of suns that kind of make it complicated. But, that's what life on another planet's all about. One of the things that I find interesting that they don't really talk about in fiction, right? Like these games or whatever, is I'm just checking to see if there's anything I can research with the stuff I have on hand. And you know what? It might be time to go on a little field trip and, you know, find some new stuff. Anyhow, what I was saying is in movies and TV shows and games and stuff, you know, you always see these people going to all these crazy planets. And a lot of times they're Earth-like planets, so it's the same type of atmosphere. And okay, I can get that. So that way, everything looks and acts just like it does on Earth, and that's cool. But there's a lot of times they go in places where there's like different atmospheres, or you know, it has a different mixture, or there should be a different gravity, and they just kind of abstract that away, you know, so they give you a green sky, but otherwise it's the same. And, you know, the thing is like what would give you a different colored sky is a different mix of gases, which have different densities and different properties, which would make all sorts of other stuff different. Like, for example, how human eyes would see light or colors in that space, or how human ears would hear sounds in those, right? It changed pretty much how you perceive the world, because our senses are basically designed to work here on Earth. If you take it someplace else, well, they work, but not exactly like advertised on the side of the box. And they don't really cover that in fiction. I mean, you know, again, I even talked about this in one of my other series, which is, you know, reality can be boring.
Milestone reached. Fixit would like to remind you of your contractual obligation towards efficiency. Recreational use of belts and lifts does not count towards work hours and will put you on the list. Stay efficient. Don't disappoint. Fixit.
Still as pleasant as ever. But, you know, like one... I don't know if you ever saw it, but on Amazon, they had a series called The Expanse, right? It's based on a really great series of books, which actually go well beyond the TV series. But in The Expanse, they actually... there's only a few things that they kind of fudge. For the most part, though, it is kind of handled in a scientifically factual way. And I like that. But one of the things they had to do, or they do just because it's hard for the audience to accept otherwise, is they add sound effects for everything that happens in space. Now, sound waves travel through molecules. So sound waves can travel through solid objects, and they can travel through air, but basically they don't travel through the vacuum of space. But when you're watching a movie, if you just, you know, if you have like a 3 to 5 minute battle sequence in space and there is zero sound, I mean, you have people picking up the remote and trying to like unmute the show because they think something's wrong, right? It seems so weird, so foreign to us. So yeah, I get it. You know, and like I said in my other series, if I want reality, if I want hardcore, you know, to experience it as it really is, then what am I doing playing computer games, right? I can just open the door and go out it, be in the real world, experience life in all its first-hand glory. So that's what we're doing here. I forgot about this part. So I don't know about you. I'm not a huge fan of orange and gray. So I'd like to recolor this. Now, I've also told you before that I've done this before. I got up to the point where I could make the space elevator. So, and I had a color scheme that I really liked. So I think I want to do that again. But I'm just looking here. It looks like there's different styles of walls and foundations, which I never imagined. So that's something to look forward to. Can't remember how I can get to pick colors. Oh, edit. There we go. Black and black. Well, these are lame presets. So, of course, I've got to grab my favorite colors. So, dark green. Of course. And my other favorite color is dark red, but a rich red. Not quite a brick red, more of a deeper red. There we go. Well, when I was a kid, I loved my Crayolas. I loved having multiple colors at my fingertips. So I'm on a roll here. So this is kind of a slate blue. Call it dark blue. And I want kind of I want a bright yellow, but not lemon yellow. I like it with like a, yellow, but on the verge of being orange. Which didn't take. Where's my yellow? Hello, yellow. Where'd you go? It's bogus. And just a little darker than Kraft macaroni and cheese. There we go. There it is. Good. Fix It primary is orange enough for me. So now, let's pick my second color. They have this, they call it concrete. It looks white to me. Okay, let's make some stuff green and white. Well, that's a lot of green. Where's the white? When I did this before, it wasn't 90% one color and almost none of the other. And I don't want green floor. So, first of all, let's make our green a little greener, dark greener. Good. And then, let's switch them. The other one isn't white, though. And it's not... I chose it, but it didn't change the color. So let's just make our own white. So we have green and white. That's way too much. I mean, it's better than green. Oh, I see a green stripe in that other one. But when I did this before, there was a lot more green. There was a lot more green than there is now. I mean, at this point, why even bother asking for a second color? There's something down there that Gus really likes. I don't know. Is there a warm spot on the floor or something? Still, this is better looking than all the orange and dark gray. Maybe. So now I have two different greens. Oh. It just seems to me that this used to work so much better than it does now. And this is from a guy who's been playing for like less than a month. I just chose white and it's not turning white. I'm thinking this is broken, or I did something wrong, or both. So maybe my white got corrupted. So we resaved white to white. This is not white. This thing's buggier than a beehive. Okay. No? I mean, it doesn't change. It says it's a different color combination, but when I apply it, it looks the same to me. So maybe if we skip the presets and just go total manual, maybe this will work better. No. Still kludgy. Except now when I look at the this is frustrating. I can see now that, you know, everything should be like green across the board, but now it has big sections that are black, which is what I expected, except that the big parts that are black don't seem to be fitting with any of the color choices I'm making here. Oh. Now I'm just gonna change it to this because I'm just tired of the orange and the gray. And yeah, I know it's gonna show dirt, but never buy a white car. For the same reason you don't buy a black car, right? A great color is either brown or silver. I'm amazed at how far I can reach with this thing. Okay, I think everything has been colored that can be. Well, I spoke too soon. Okay. I think, oh yeah. Okay, plates and cables are pretty easy. We're making plates automatically already. Cables should be a breeze because we make wire automatically. Okay, so we'll go back to cables, plates and rods. And let's get this really close to being done with the plates. Rotors require rods and screws. And a lot of each. So, I think we need to make both of these dedicated to rods. If I'm gonna make that goal, I just need a few plates here, and then we'll switch it over. You need a breath mint, pal. Ooh, a turbo motor. I didn't know what to do with a regular motor, but I have a turbo motor now. Okay, so now we're on full-blown rod production. And we can go over here and grab some wire just out of reach. So, I don't know if you're watching this episode, this series, you must have some experience or interest specifically in automation type games. With that said, I'm wondering, I have this one and I have Factorio. I would imagine there's others, and I'm enjoying these a lot. But every time a Steam sale comes up, it's good to have an idea of potential bargains to look for. So, if you have automation games that you're really fond of, wow, what is this? Regular motor. It looks like a fishing reel, but okay. So if you have automation games other than Satisfactory and Factorio that you think are worth a look, then by all means, don't keep that knowledge to yourself. Go ahead and post a comment saying what those games are and why you like them, right? And for bonus points, go ahead and tell me how they compare to Factorio and Satisfactory. Like in terms of is the gameplay different, the same, better, less, more complex, less complex, caffeinated, decaffeinated, diet, cane sugar only, whatever. Okay. Yeah, we know gas is bad. Okay. Ooh. Can I get there with... Nope. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry for presuming. Go away, poison gas gods. Ah. I don't know if I can get back up. Oh, I can. What is this? Just some type of graphic glitch artifact thingy. 2 berries, nice. And oh, 3 berries. Well, that's very lucky. It's late, man. This is how I get. I'm like this when I'm not tired, but my excuse at the moment is it's late. And well, this looks interesting. Okay. I'm going in. Cover me. I'm not claustrophobic. It's not like I fear the cave. It's just that caves in games are kind of designed to kill you. I mean, not to put too fine a point on it. You know, the point of a cave in a game like this is either A... Uh-oh. Here we go. Oh, that's it. That's it. I can't hit him till he can hit me. I guess that's fair, but I don't like it.
Samples of unknown alien species acquired. Initial data suggests these are predators, but notably they do not have a traditional mouth or eyes. There are, however, numerous cavities on their head which could fulfill a similar function. Research the remains in the MAM to establish classification and potential countermeasures.
Sounds like a cousin I have. Oh boy. I don't know if they're weak or the Excalicane really is everything it's cracked up to be. But I knew there was something in this cave that bugs me. Yes. You knew the job was dangerous when you took it. So you notice they do a really good job of everything has very similar texture. If you've ever spent much time underground, and once upon a time we used to spend a lot of time exploring the old, abandoned, and usually condemned gold mines in Southern California. But if you spend much time underground, it's really easy to get turned around. And also, like when you have like a flashlight like this, sometimes it's hard to see where there's like holes in the floor or where walls end and stuff, because with your only a single source of light and very limited shadows, sometimes you don't get the Okay, I got one without putting myself at risk. Yeah, sometimes the light plays tricks on you and you can't see where rock faces start and end, right? So it's easy where you can turn around and not see where you came from because you can't see that you just turned a corner or whatever. So it can be very disconcerting, and you know that's one of the three. Uh-oh, who's angry at me? Hello? Who is it? Ah. Okay. There's nothing spookier than being in an alien environment hearing a disembodied voice. I assume it's disembodied. I have a sneaking suspicion I've come about as far as I can go in this cave. Ah, grass texture bleed through, so I know I'm not far from the surface. Oh, that's something interesting. Make sure there's nothing gonna run up behind me and do a backstab while I'm... scared me. Ooh. Let's see if I can get outside, and I can't. What they need, a stairs foundation is what they need. Okay. Let's check out the obvious purple light. You've heard of a bug zapper. This is a player zapper, I'm sure. Huh. Ooh, wood.
Be appropriate.
The astrobiologist Dr. D.M. Mercer was the first to recognize the presence and probable nature of these alien artifacts. These chain-melted state spheres are named in his honor. Each sphere emits a unique signal. Research it in the MAM to establish locally appropriate classification and application.
Okay. So, I mean, we've heard this alien voice speak to us even as we made our first descent into this planet, or into the atmosphere of this planet. So, it's part of the story, part of the lore. I suspect it's a bit about kind of like Avatar and Unobtainium, right? This is a story of Terran colonization and the struggling indigenous life forms trying to remain independent and free. Story I can relate to. Like I said, I don't want to pave over this. Uh-oh. Am I stuck down here? Nope. Okay. I don't want to pave over this planet. Certainly not my goal. So my goal, one of my official design tenets, I'll go on record saying it, is well, I don't want to pave over the planet, right? So I would like to be successful in the game and still... Somebody gonna attack me? Oh, he's over there. Okay. There's a slug. So I want to be successful in the game without trashing the place, right? And I don't know if that's possible. My guess is that it is possible. So that's what I'll try to do. I really don't. I mean, I'm not scared of that guy. Just like, you know, no point in killing something if I don't need to kill it. I admit there are times when frustration might get the better of me, and I might have killed a mob or 3 just because I had to take it out on somebody, but that's not my normal mode of operation. I don't know if I've been out here before. This looks all different. Nice wrapping paper, by the way. Oh. Well, this is interesting. Like a big old flower looking thing. There's some berries. Whoa, 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 whoa. Does that thing have eyes? And it's got gas. Great, great. Wow, it's pretty poisonous too. I got 3 beeps and I lost 3 points of health, or squares of health, or whatever unit of measurement you use on this thing. I don't think there's anything to get at from here, but it didn't stop me from trying. Okay. Maybe I have been. This seems familiar. A lot of berries up here. You know, I've kind of just realized that the game has a map. It probably has a system for annotating the map. So I don't forget that this place exists, I should probably annotate the map, saying, you know, here's the entry. There's an island over there. Well, I mean, I wouldn't call it an island. I don't know what's down there, right? So, ooh, some cool symbols. So what's monochrome stamps? So I can use more than one color on these things. Okay, well, which color is which? Okay, we'll take the orange. And we'll call it Cave Entrance, which is incredibly clever and distinctive. And technically it's accurate. I don't know why I bothered choosing orange, because there's nothing orange about it. Well, I want my money back. I don't know if I can get up there. It doesn't look like I can. Yeah, I've definitely been up here before. Yep. Just a couple minutes ago, in fact. Geronimo. Oh, there it is. I thought I heard a slug. I don't think I can get to this one without foundations, though. Or an elevator. Or a plane. This rock is a little too steep. Whoa! I don't think I've been over here. This looks pretty heavily for... Ooh, coal. I assume that's coal. Either that or this rock has the plague. I guess I would have it now, too. This is a lot of coal that technically I really can't do much with, but a lot of wood here. And it's nice. And uh-oh. What is this thing? Friend or foe? Yeah, I should have guessed. Hey! Hey! Ow. Guts. What's he doing?
Samples of unknown alien species acquired. Their weaponized plasma is most likely stored as a stable chemical substance in an organ close to their mouth, and only turns volatile when exposed to one of the chemical elements in the air. Research the remains in the MAM to establish classification and potential countermeasures.
Okay. He's definitely dead, but he's doing the old Gandalf and Orthanc spin. What is going on here? Well, it's been a really good run for wood. And animal remains. And spooky glitch bugs. So this is quartz, right? Ah, may the quartz be with you. Always. Slug, present. Somebody already picked the berries. Huh. There's something over here. Is this my dog? No, he's not acting like my dog. I think this is a wild one. So, we know the drill. Let's see if we can make this happen. Hey, Pooch. Well, he's looking at me. Oh. Ah, I told you I needed a shower. Okay. I probably haven't showered since this game started, and probably too much garlic in my rations. How about that? I assume he's still there. See? I think I have 2 dogs now. Yeah. Okay, I will call this one legitimately Buddy, so that when I screw up and call Gus the wrong name, at least I have a legitimate reason for doing so. And we're not that far off, so this guy should be fairly easy to lead there. Through this field of poppies. They look like poppies. All this stuff looks better now that it's white, but I think it would look a lot better if it was white and green, like I wanted. Whoa. Don't you poop on me. Hey, doggo. Hey, yoo-hoo. Same attention span as a real dog, too. That big old flea thing thinks it's funny. Can you get through? Yep, apparently not. Hey, kiddo. Okay, we'll go long way. Come on. There we go. Excuse me. Oh. Okay, so this Buddy, is this Gus? Yep, he's running toward me. It's like the homecoming scene of Little House. Okay. Oh, a purple slug. They didn't say anything about that purple in the ma'am. I think there's just the blue and yellow. Can you guys get up this? Eventually. Okay. Well, let's see what we found.
The remains researched belong to an organism with 8 jointed legs, similar to the legs of arachnids but with non-standard distribution and function. Because its attacks focus on stabbing prey with the ends of their legs, which resemble insectoid stingers, they have been dubbed stingers. Stinger remains can now be made into alien protein, and additional research may reveal options for improving pioneer safety during exploration.
Okay, I'm all for safety. Or improved safety, especially when it's my safety.
The remains researched belong to an organism that tends to nest near objects emitting specific types of resonance. Spitters are called as such due to their ability to create and spit plasma across long distances. Spitter remains can now be made into alien protein, and additional research may reveal options for improving pioneer safety during exploration.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Mercer sphere analysis completed. Established local planetary signature of massage 2, AB/B, in the local Mercer sphere signals, allowing them to be tracked by the object scanner. Mercer spheres can also transmit data between specific.
Witness our scripture, witness our windows. Have you come to defile our shrine? Sing us a song.
Arguing the existence of intelligent alien life. While Fixit has figured out the method, all of the original data is still untranslatable.
Great. So not only are we destroying an indigenous culture, maybe the last vestiges of indigenous civilization, we're defiling their holy sites and relics. Sam Fluctuator. I don't have a Sam Fluctuator on me. You guys don't happen to have Sam Fluctuators, do you? Oh, wire. See, there's a yellow slug, but I don't see a purple slug. Okay. With these two jokers giving me all sorts of random bits, I'm running out of space in my junk drawer here. Huh. I have a bunch of coal, but there's no researching coal itself. Wow, I have almost 100 coal. I need 50 sulfur or 20 quartz. I don't know what to do with any of this stuff. Alien protein, just like Grandma used to make. With gravy. So, since these are extras, because I already have a stack, we'll change these to alien DNA, because they seem to be useful. Here, alien DNA and rods for a rebar gun. I think I have rebar ammunition. But I got a bunch of rods here, but I need them for my current science project. There we go.
Research to develop the rebar gun is now available. When completed, you will be in possession of a tool effective against any local obstacles actively objecting to the Fix-It mission.
Oh, I thought that unlocked the rebar gun, not opened the gate to unlock the rebar gun. Ugh. I want my money back. I got 2 of them making rude noises now. Great. So these rotors seem to be the big thing now, and of course, they need 2 ingredients, which we can do. I think it's called an assembler, right? It's the next step up from a constructor. It can take 2 inputs and create a single output. I could do that, but I'm afraid that it probably. I think we're running really close to peak capacity for our power production, and I think an assembler would push us over the top. But yeah, I know we're almost at the point where I have to make an assembler anyway, because once you actually make the space elevator, it starts asking for stuff that requires an assembler or more. So I will have to do it sooner rather than later. So let's add. So that's 15 out of 50, Chief. We still have the capacity to make a ton of screws, and that's good because, oh my gosh, each one of these motors is going to require 25 screws. So let me see. I needed 50. I just gave him 15. That leaves 35. So 35 times 25 is 75, 750, 875, I think, total. And we won't have enough. But that's okay. The machines are out there making more rods. That was the whole point. Well, at least it was. So I need 125 screws to make 5 motors, or rotors. What are they called? Rotors. Okay. So 250 will let me make 10. Just like this. So we're halfway there. Oh, gold slug. Thank you very much. What about you? Okay. I hear ya. I hear ya. Oh, they need rotors too. I hate that when you get to a certain, you know, when you're in a transition stage between like tiers, then there's a mix of things they're asking for. But once you're like solidly in the middle of a tier, they ask for the same stuff over and over and over. And then, you know, now you're conflicted because you want this and you want that and you want to use those resources for both. But you're going to have to pick and choose. When I was younger, I would complain that something like that's not fair. Now that I'm older, I realize that, yeah, it's not fair, but truth is, the world's not fair. This is how life works. You're going to have to pick and choose. And when things are fair, well, revel in it. Enjoy it. Because that's not the usual state of things. Kind of like your house when you have toddlers. You know, if it is quiet, enjoy it while it's there. Of course, in our case, we had twin girls, and if it got quiet, it meant the two of them were cooperating on something, and then, you know, silence is golden, but in that case, silence is highly suspicious. So. Have to go see what they're doing. Okay, we're down to the last 10. And the problem is I can go grab more rods, but we don't have enough rods or screws just yet. Not even enough rods to make enough screws, so gotta let those machines chew on those, which is good because I have about 5 tons of wood to convert into biofuel. And I suspect that we're getting pretty low. I think it's been like 2 or even 3 episodes since I put anything in them. Which is basically, I guess, saying I haven't put anything in them since almost the beginning of the series. But, it's like when a little kid says something about, I haven't seen something like that in my whole life. And it's like, you're only 5 years old. How much life are we talking about? Of course you haven't seen something like that. When you have an old fogey like me that says I haven't seen something like that in my whole life, it actually means something, or it means I never get out much, or both. But yeah. Need 250 screws. We're gonna need to go and pick up more rods in a minute. Holy smokes, look at the time. Man, you blink in a game like this and it's like, 4 months have gone by. It's like, how did that happen? But I'm telling you, that is the sign of a good game. If a game can suck you into the point where you lose track of time, especially if you lose track of time and hunger, right? Then they got you, right? They have they've achieved something that's pretty amazing.
Milestone reached. The Fix-It jump pad combines high technology and innovation for optimized factory traversal and an ideal travel experience. Clarification. Ideal travel experience not guaranteed, individual results may vary. Pioneers are responsible for all workplace accidents resulting from jump pad usage.
So just responsible for the accidents from jump pad usage, not any other problems? Well, thanks. That's like a disclaimer. Okay. So I've gone as far as I can go without building the space elevator. So I need a lot of the basics, but how can I thought there was a way I could add this to the upper right, like a to-do list, like I've been doing with the milestones. Guess not. Well, let's finish the biofuel, so that we should be good to go for another couple episodes at least. Now, so what am I thinking? Obviously, I want to get this biofuel wrapped up. And next time, I think... Well, so next time, we're definitely going to start stockpiling materials for the space elevator. And I need to start spending some time surveying where I'm going to put the space elevator. And we want to think about actually implementing a storage solution. Now, right now, I've got two forms of storage, which is these little footlocker things, which you can't automate in any way, shape, or form. And the big old railroad cargo container, which can be automated in and out, but as far as I can tell at this point, I don't have any ability to filter. So the best I can do is just kind of have one or more storage containers, and stuff just goes into them, and if I need something, I just go in and manually route through it. Now, me being me, I prefer to have things sorted out. But even right now, I mean, if you just count, like, we've got, we have iron ingots, copper ingots, wire, plates, rods, screws, cables, concrete, reinforced plates. Now I guess we got these rotors, and biofuel and biomass. These are all things that we could use or automate. And unless I want to make a separate container for each one of those, which I might do, but I mean, it's going to get, however you slice it, it's going to get messy, right? So either it's going to be messy in that we have just a few storage containers and everything goes inside into a big mix, or I have a bunch of separate storage containers. Everything goes in its own container, and I have like this giant pyramid of storage containers that I have to manually, peruse through. Okay. So we're almost done. What do you guys got? Thanks, Gus. Oh. High-speed connector? Is that what that was? I don't know what it means anyway, so it doesn't really matter what it is. It's like, handing a screwdriver to a chimpanzee. It's like, yeah, thanks. I got this pokey thing. I can poke stuff with it. That is, of course, unless the chimpanzee's name is Caesar, in which case you you just gave a geneless level entity a tool for wreaking havoc, right? So. You know, this is going to sound weird, I guess, but I'm sitting here looking at the hog protein, the stinger protein, and the spitter protein, and the container, which I'm sure it's supposed to do exactly this. It reminds me of like one of those, like a microwave meal, right? You know, one of those really highly processed commercial meals where you peel back the cover and throw it in the microwave. And in those terms, that sounds kind of gross, disgusting, unappetizing. But the more I look at those icons, the hungrier I'm getting right now. I mean, I was a little hungry anyway, but oh, how weird am I? Man, these guys are just like the gift that keep on giving. Maybe the trick is you don't need to automate anything. All you need to do is just round up every doggo on the island or map and you're good to go. Okay, so the fuel's topped off. We now are part way on our way to achieving the space elevator. My base is spick and span Mr. Clean White, which is not what I wanted, but it is better than industrial orange and gray. But it was an interesting ride. Learned a little bit more about the island and the local wildlife, and survived to tell the tale. So I hope that until next time, this finds you and yours in good health, good spirits, and perhaps a touch of good fortune. Cheers.